Hey everyone, this is Alexander at All Security Equipment, and today we are joined by Jeremy Jackson, the owner of Glacier Gate and Control out of Montana, who is our winner of the month of January. Welcome, Jeremy.
Hey, thank you, Alexander. Really appreciate it. So happy we could win something finally.
So, can you tell us a little bit about how you got into the business and what is exactly Glacier Gate and Control about?
I used to build a fence for about 12 years, and we had a hard time keeping people employed. Um, and so I started looking at doing just electric gates and really found a little niche here in Northwest Montana that there's a lot of people that want gates, they want to secure their property, and nobody was doing it. A lot of fence companies were doing it, but nobody was really specifically dedicated to just gates, which really allowed me to focus on the technology side of it. And we broke out 2 years ago. I thought for sure I was going to be building some fence along with trying to install some gates, but I had 1 year transition, and all I do now is just electric gates.
Wow. And so where exactly do you work in, which city are you in Montana, or do you just, stay in your area, or do you go a little bit around the state?
Yeah, so we're located in Kalispell, which is in the northwest corner of Montana, right outside Glacier National Park. From my house, I can actually see right into the park. I'm about 30 miles away.
Wow.
And but because I'm in the northwest corner of Montana's a really large state, and there's a whole lot of ground to cover. So I've set up a service truck and trailer with my excavator, and we travel across the entire state of Montana to do electric gates. Montana's pretty rural, so a lot of ranches, a lot of people who have private homes, private properties, and they want more than just a farm gate across their driveway. So by being willing to travel, it keeps us super busy. We travel to Big Sky, Bozeman, Helena, Great Falls, kind of all over the place.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And then I was looking at your website, and I can see that talking about, having a niche and being super good at what you're doing amazing work. And I see that you're doing a lot of, I would say, vertical lifting gates. And I can imagine that's kind of because of the snow that you guys get in Montana.
We do. Vertical pivots are a great option for Montana because of the amount of snow. We were able to become a dealer for Tilt-A-Way right out of the gate. I think last year we sold 20 gates, or year before last we sold 20 gates. Last year we sold 17 vertical pivot gates. We're doing work all over the state for Tilt-A-Way, a place called Crazy Mountain Ranch. It used to be called the Marlboro Ranch, and we install gates for those guys. We're going down to Big Sky this year to start installing gates for Lone Mountain Land Management. A lot of high-end custom stuff. But because we're willing to travel,
I was looking at your website. Is beautiful, and then those construction are pretty mind-boggling when you think about from a regular, I would say, actuator to the Tilt-A-Way machine, which is gigantic. Yeah. But it's a beautiful piece of technology.
Yeah, Tilt-A-Way works out best for us because they're actually another Montana-based company. They're located down in Billings, so it makes it super easy for me to be able to swing by when I'm on the eastern side of the state, just swing by their facility and pick the gates up.
And what is I see on your website also that you're doing quite a bit of LiftMaster as well?
We do. I just kind of narrowed myself down to LiftMaster. I know there's a lot of great manufacturers out there, but because I'm working out of a service truck, I limited it down to LiftMaster so I could keep parts on hand, and it makes it really nice for my service calls because I do carry a lot of extra parts for the operators, and that way I can usually just fix it the first time instead of having to come back and order more parts.
That is a great advice for any installer out there. Choose one or two brands and then be the expert at those two brands.
That's just it. You can really get bogged down in variety.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there are so many. And then also one of the things is, at the end of the day, you're not selling an operator to a customer, you're selling a solution.
hmm That's
So
that's exactly it. By going with LiftMaster, every manufacturer's got its issues, but if you know what they are, you can get in there and you can kind of preemptively correct them or have the parts available so that you know if there's going to be an issue down the road, you just have it ready for the customer. They really don't want to mess with their gate. That's what you're there for. So you just
exactly.
show up, provide a solution the first time, and they're happy to write you a check.
And in Montana, what is the typical installation look like for a LiftMaster operator?
Because we also do all the fabrication, we do all of our own electrical, concrete, excavation, all of our conduit work, the welding. We do farm out the powder coating because I just don't want to get into having a powder coating shop. But other than that, we do everything else in-house. And so a typical gate installation, we schedule about 2 to 3 a month is kind of the area that we stay in just to know that we can get those done. And then we fill in any open space with maintenance and service calls.
And but what I mean is like, what is the typical like setup of the motor? Like what do you like to put together as a
Uh,
package?
so I predominantly use LA 500s, and
Okay.
that's because the screw mechanism is completely covered. We do get a lot of snow and ice, so having the screw mechanism within the housing sure makes it a lot nicer when you get those sub-zero temperatures and you have the ice really, really hard ice that likes to stick. So the LA 500s are my go-to, and the wiring is super simple. We usually add a Cartel wireless exit just to eliminate some of the trenching and to expand the distance before the customer actually comes up to the gate. We can get a couple 100 feet so that the gate's already halfway, 3/4 of the way open before they get there. Um, Keypads, security systems, the X1s have been real popular for us. There is a lot of rentals, a lot of VRBO type operations that go on around here. So being able to have QR codes and being able to manage the gate access from their phone makes it easy for them to let the customer come in and access the property without actually having to physically give them a code.
Cool. No, super. No, it's always interesting to kind of see what people like to put together,
hmm
because everybody has, their preference, I would say. So it's pretty cool. No, but and what made you start buying on all security equipment, and what do you like about it?
So we had a dealer that was a lot closer. They were located out of Seattle, but there was some conflicts with another fence builder that really tried to dominate the market and kind of got us squeezed out when we started. They wanted us to buy through them instead of through the supplier. So I just started looking online and All Securities came up, and I called, talked to some people, and was able to get an account set up, and we started ordering, and shortly thereafter we got invited to the pro portal to be able to start getting discounts because we were ordering a couple, 2, 3 packages a month, and so that really helped out a lot. And the shipping's been on time, and All Securities has actually had 95% of the products have always been in stock, and they've always shipped out same day or next day.
Cool. I'm happy that that's the goal. So I'm happy to hear that it's, happening that, that much. And also it's great to hear that. And then, one of the things that we're trying to do is to always improve. So anything that we can do to make your life better, we'll try to work on that. This year is going to be really the installer year. So we're going to try to give more cool prizes, cool ideas, and also one of the things, I don't know if you knew, but you are also on our Find an Installer map. So every person, every installer that is vetted and approved on our portal also gets added to the location map. So on the website, if you look for Find an Installer, you should be able to find Glacier Gate and Control. But for anybody in Montana or anybody that want to reach out to you, you can go to glaciergatemt.com and that's where you're going to find Jeremy's website with all of his portfolio, everything he can do, where he's located, phone number, email, etc. So Jeremy, congrats again on winning the $1,000 for this month, and looking forward to hearing back from you maybe in a couple of months or next year and see how everything is going. Are you working right now, or you're more servicing? Because I imagine
For
it's like
gates,
freezing.
yeah, for gates, we're still doing service work. The cold really does put a hard time on batteries, so we do a lot of battery swap outs, a lot of questions about, well, my gate won't open, or it opened halfway and now it's stuck. So we do take care of a lot of people with that going on right now. But during the wintertime in Montana, there's really not too many options. So we actually have a fairly large snowplow program, and we push snow during the winter.
Because is it like in Canada, you have 2 seasons? You have winter and work.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
have
road work,
8 months.
road work, and winter. Those are the 2 seasons in Canada.
Yep, 8 months of winter, 4 months of summer.
Cool. All right, Jeremy, it was a pleasure to have you. I really wish you all the luck in this beautiful state of Montana, and feel free to reach out. Anything you need, we'll be happy to help you.
All right, really appreciate it, Alexander. Thank you.
And we are excited to announce that we're doing a $1,000 giveaway sweepstake every month for our pro members. For a chance to win, visit us at allsecurityequipment.com.